This myth is called the Games of the Gods. It was a very dangerous thing to be in love with Princess Hippodamia of Elis. Her father, King Oenomaus, had ordered that anyone who wanted to marry her must first race against a team of magic horses which had been given to him by Ares, the cowardly god of war. If the suitor won, the wedding would take place at once, but if he lost, King Oenomaus would chop off his head. Pelops, the same one who was put in a stew by his father Tantalus, had heard of Hippodamia's beauty, and he decided to try his luck. He set off with his own team of magical horses, which had been given to him by the gods to make up for being chopped up and served at a feast by his own father. After all, my horses came from Zeus himself, so they must be able to beat a team that was given by a coward like Ares, he said to himself. As soon as he saw Hippodamia, Pelops fell in love with her, and she with him. But Hippodamia didn't know that Pelops had a team of magic horses too, so she bribed a stable boy to loosen a nut on one of her father's chariot wheels so that it would wobble and go away slowly. She wanted Pelops to win. The stable boy hated King Oenomaus because his elder brother had been one of Hippodamia's unsuccessful suitors and had had his head chopped off by the king. So instead of loosening just one nut, he took them all out and replaced them with wax ones. Serve him right if he dies, he thought with a nasty grin. The red flag dipped and the horses raced off. At first, they were evenly matched and the chariots hurtled neck and neck round the course. But soon Pelops began to draw ahead, and King Oenomaus' chariot began to wobble as the wax nuts melted. There was an ear-splitting screech of metal as the chariot flew apart, and the king was thrown to the ground. As Pelops drew up, Hippodamia began to cry and to shake the stable boy, who was standing beside her. "Wretched wretch! I only asked you to loosen a little nut, so my beloved Pelops would win. Now my father is dead!" she wailed. The stable boy wriggled out of her grip and ran backwards through the crowd, but Pelops strode forward and seized him. Then he marched into the nearest cliff and flew him off into the sea. "Before I marry Hippodamia, we shall have a fabulous funeral feast for her father," he declared. "We shall invite all the kings and heroes, and afterwards we shall hold games at Olympia, with prizes of gold and jewels for the winners." The gods themselves looked down on the games and declared them to be such a success that Pelops and Hippodamia were married. They announced that they would hold them every 4 years. And so the Olympic Games were created for heroes and heroines from all over Greece to prove their strength and their skill to gods and mortals alike. And that is why the Olympic Games were created. Also, they think.